is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Manbitesfilm, episode 91.
That's always, right, 91.
Already, we're starting on a nice note.
Hell yeah.
As always, that lovely, or depending on who you are, lovely voice is Lewis, my cousin.
I have a glorious voice, dude. Come on now.
Shut up, man.
I've been told by customers of mine and patients of mine that have a sensual voice. It's hilarious.
Sensual? I wouldn't go as far as saying...
Those are the exact words. They say, dude, you have an extremely sensual voice, and it makes me so uncomfortable saying that.
I wouldn't say sensual voice, but okay, let's go with it. Fine. And this week we have a special guest because William could not join us, and that is Zach, who I think hasn't joined us since Mortal Kombat.
Oh, it's been a while.
It definitely has been a very long time.
It was Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Mortal Kombat, and I think that was towards the beginning of our show.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
thereabouts.
It's been a while, but I'm back now. Hi, everyone.
Hello. And I love how my girlfriend's dog just threw a ball at me, and now it's underneath my desk because he wants to play. You want to play the most inopportune moments. So if you are joining us for the 91st time or the first time, we are a weekly movie podcast where we talk about movie news. We review one movie all together, and then at the end of the show, we review 3 individual movies. So Lewis, take it away, bud.
Yes. Since it's the beginning of February, I wanted to go and kind of explore what are some of the best movies that are coming out on Netflix and Amazon, because those are the 2 streaming networks that we all love and enjoy, honestly. So let's start off with...
Hulu's not bad.
Yeah.
Be nice.
Amazon Prime. So first one that I thought was actually really cool, and it drops on... It's already active, actually, is Dick Tracy.
Ooh.
Yeah. I've actually never seen Dick Tracy.
What?
Yes, I know. Shoot me. Shoot me now.
Blasphemy.
Have you seen it? Has Zach seen it?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Of course.
Oh, okay. Just saying.
Sondheim won his first Oscar for it, I believe.
Really?
Yeah, for the song.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, I didn't know that. Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then next movie is Ghost.
Yeah. You want to see Demi Moore and Patrick Swayze hitting it off? Swayze.
Next one, Earth Girls Are Easy, which this is a personal favorite of mine.
Never even heard of it.
Zach. Early Jim Carrey.
Yes. Thank you, Zach. Thank you. You see, Zach brings class to this show. He brings integrity. He's a real film,
aficionado.
That's right.
A film buff. Wait. Oh my God! I'm looking
at
pictures.
He is a true fan of cinema.
Oh no! I do not want to see a YouTube video. I'm looking at pictures of this movie, and is Jim Carrey this red alien thing going on?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll go with it. Yeah.
The Little Princess is the next one. So it's a very wide scope that they're going with on Amazon Prime, obviously. Another one that's just dropped as well is Cabin in the Woods, which is a personal favorite of mine.
Ooh, I love Cabin in the Woods.
Right. That's in my top 5, dude.
Sorry to go back to Little Princess. The cover of this movie I always got it confused with The Secret Garden.
I know. Because it's very similar, dude. And it's another one that's, I think it's produced by Coppola too.
Is it?
I think so. If I'm not mistaken, there was 2 movies around the same time that were produced by him.
It's directed by Alfonso Cuarón, and it's produced by Mark Johnson.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. He had something to do with it. I know that much. I can remember that much at least. The next one, American Ultra, drops on the 15th of February.
That's oddly familiar. Which one's that one again?
That's the one with what's her name that can act?
Kristen Stewart.
Yeah.
Stewart. Yeah. Okay, gotcha. Speaking of Jesse Eisenberg, because we're going to be...
Oh, yes.
Very true.
Yeah, later.
Save.
Ooh, fun tease.
Yes.
Stay tuned.
Pleasant tease.
If you've seen Jesse Eisenberg, you're not missing much. He's literally, I feel the same in every movie, but whatever. Continue.
Yeah, whatever. February 18th, Super 8 is dropping, which is another glorious movie.
I have such a soft spot for that movie.
I do too. That movie is like The Goonies, but for the 2010 generation.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So good.
For sure. All right, so now let's jump over to Netflix. Speaking of Goonies, it's not the Goonies, but it's the next best thing. Back to the Future 3. Branden.
Wait. Wait,
All
I
right,
wouldn't
so
Back to
the
the
connection.
Part
All right.
3 is the best of the trilogy or any of that. But hey,
No. It's not the best of the trilogy, but the connection with the Goonies is that these two movies are both movies that you made me watch and got me to enjoy.
okay, I know I did that with the Goonies, but I didn't know that I did that with Back to the
Future 3. I never enjoyed that movie until you introduced it to me, which Naomi is gonna kill me because she fucking loves that movie. But yeah, I never got into it. But
we've spoken about this. Like the Back to the Future trilogy is interesting. They're literally all the same movie.
Oh yeah.
Basically, it's insane, and they're all enjoyable. Does it definitely dip in quality as the trilogy goes on? Yes, but they're still good
that's
movies.
Debatable.
Yeah,
That's
there's still good movies, but definitely I think the first one is the best, and the second one is the second best, and then the third is arguably quote unquote the worst one of the three. But that doesn't mean that it's bad.
No,
in any stretch of the imagination.
Being the worst of Back to the Future is still pretty great.
Exactly.
So another classic that is dropping as well is Blade Runner, but not just Blade Runner. It is the final cut version is on Netflix.
Which one is that?
Now. That's the one with the narration.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
I've actually never seen any of the other cuts of Blade Runner except the final cut.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've never seen any of the other ones.
You're not missing anything.
Okay.
Honestly, Final Cut is the best version of it, in my opinion. I like the original cut, but you could tell that there's scenes that are missing and things that are missing in it.
Mm-hmm.
So it feels less. This feels more film noirish. The other ones don't.
Okay.
Because of that narration, I think that it adds that texture that you want to it.
Gotcha.
Next one, The Dirty Dozen, which I love that movie.
Never seen
love
it.
that movie.
Yeah, I'm familiar.
It's like an action movie. I think 1970s, 1980s.
Okay.
67. You're off.
70s. Okay, my bad. Whatever. Dirty Harry is another one that's coming on there too. Which Branden, I don't know if you've seen those.
Dirty Harry, yes, I have.
Okay, all right, cool.
Yeah.
How about you, Zach? Have you seen that one?
I've seen Dirty Harry, yeah.
You've seen that whole collection, right? Like Magnum, all that stuff?
I have only seen Dirty Harry.
Oh, you should definitely enjoy one of those too as well. Get on that, yes. Driving Miss Daisy.
Oh my god.
I fucking love that movie. That movie is so good. It's so many different ways. And then this is, I fucking love this. The whole Police Academy series. The whole thing is dropping on Netflix.
I haven't seen Police Academy in God knows how many years, any of them. But I always think of the black guy that can do all those sound effects.
Oh,
in the
right.
movie.
He's fucking great.
It's so good. It's so good.
So good. Next one, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, which Dank is going to kick himself for not. William is going to kick himself for not being here.
Hey, it wasn't me this week. Let's go. So behind the scenes, if you were listening last week, and my lovely cousin who produces the show, if you heard those weird like honks of me trying to emulate Soldier Boy, that was me saying Dank instead of William. So yeah, there you go. Behind the scenes look.
Yeah. Next one on the 5th, which would be this week. The Pharmacist is dropping, which it intrigues me because obviously I work in that industry, so I want to see it's a documentary about pharmacists. So I'm very intrigued to see what it is.
It hits a little home with you. A little too close.
I want to see what happens with that. So on the 7th, Who Killed Malcolm X? Is going to be on Netflix as well.
Is that a movie or a documentary?
I don't know. I just saw this today and I was like, ooh, that's intriguing. And I like any Malcolm X story, so it's always fascinating to hear more about him. He's a fascinating character.
I'm trying to... is this a History Channel thing? Yeah. Okay.
Who Killed Malcolm? Yeah, so it probably is a documentary.
Yeah, it's a History Channel. Yeah, it's a documentary. Yeah.
So next one is Dragon Quest. Your Story is dropping. It's an animated series.
Wait, like the video game series?
I'm guessing yes.
Dragon Quest? Okay, I'm assuming. Well, I know that they've made animes like OVAs and stuff like that. This is basically.
So I'm guessing that's what it's going to be, but it's Netflix original.
Oh, okay. I love how I say OVA, and most people listen to the short part like, what in God's name is an OVA?
What does this stand for? I don't know.
I think it's original video. What does OVA?
While you're doing that, the next one on February 15th, Starship Troopers drops.
Original animation video.
OAV then.
OVA.
Original video animation. Okay, yeah, gotcha.
Pronounce it after me. Repeat.
Sorry,
stroked out over there.
All right. On February 27th, Altered Carbon season 2 is coming out.
I still have yet to see the first season.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one. If you like what do you call it, Steam movies and all that stuff, like
steampunk.
No, not steampunk. It's like all the sciences mixed together.
Okay.
It's a new term for all the arts and sciences.
Never heard of that
together.
term before, but hey, I'll take it.
And what do you call it? It's basically science fiction, but done well and done realistically to the point where it's not science fiction so much. It's more predictive science fiction.
Okay.
If that makes sense. And the last one that I have tagged is February 29th. Jerry Maguire is coming out.
Oh my God. I remember my parents being absolutely enamored with that movie when I was a child.
Oh, it's a freaking great movie.
Yeah.
The kid is adorable in it.
And I remember never being able to watch it because it's rated R.
It's R, yep.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's R, yeah.
Oh,
I don't know what for. Probably for like sexual
language or something.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, so okay, yeah. I have actually never seen Jerry Maguire.
Really?
Yeah, never have, no.
You know you can now, right? Like, I'm sure your parents wouldn't be upset anymore.
Yes, you're right, Zach. I just never gone out of my way to go watch Jerry Maguire. I don't know. It's never really called to me. Is it like really that good of a film? Like, should I?
I think it's good.
Okay. It's solid, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's Cameron Crowe. It's Cameron Crowe. What one of my favorite films of all time is Almost Famous, and I had to go back through his whole collection when I saw that, and I was like, oh shit, Jerry Maguire is one of his movies. I didn't know that. He also did Vanilla Sky.
Oh, okay. So I'll take your guys' word for it, and I will go out of my way to watch Jerry Maguire.
Yeah.
Happy 1990, whatever.
Whatever the hell. Yeah, 1990X. Yeah, exactly.
Huh?
You never heard that term, like where they don't put like a year? It's like 1990X. Like it could be anywhere in that decade, basically.
Oh no, I've never heard that.
Never heard that term? Well,
nope.
Now you know.
I'm an old fart.
You really are. You really are.
What can I say? And that ends the movie news for this week.
I have some. Jeez. They released today that the Mandalorian season 2 is going to be coming out in October. This year. And did you guys see I don't know, you don't particularly care for Marvel, Lewis, but
nope.
Did you see the TV spot during the Super Bowl for WandaVision? What is it? Falcon and Winter Soldier and Loki. Yeah, which Loki they didn't show anything except like one scene. It was really weird.
Nope, I didn't see any of them.
Really excited for WandaVision, and
to be honest, I didn't even know that the Super Bowl was happening on Sunday.
We're more hyped for Groundhog Day.
Honestly,
is that what Groundhog Day was?
Oh, yeah.
Oh shit, I didn't know that. Okay.
So I was doing a bunch of things and throughout the day, and I was like, why is there so many cars in the street? And then I realized when I got home, my roommate was watching the Super Bowl. I was like, oh shit, really?
That's today. That was actually here in Miami, and
I know
that listens. I live in Miami, and it was fucking crazy.
I was gonna ask you how bad was traffic?
No, like more towards the beach, like Miami Beach and downtown and stuff. That's where like it was crazier.
Was it? Where's the new stadium at?
It's not. It's the same stadium that the Dolphins have been playing in since I can remember, and that's in Miami Gardens, the Hard Rock Stadium.
Miami Gardens.
Yeah, it's in Miami Gardens. Yeah.
Aren't they at the
No.
the Pro Bowl?
No, that doesn't exist. The Orange Bowl, that doesn't exist anymore, dude.
Oh,
that's the Marlins Stadium now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like they sorry to go off on a tangent. They demolished the Orange Bowl and they made a stadium for the Marlins that has a retractable roof, like it can open or close.
Oh, it's pretty cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's really nice actually. But yeah, so it was a bit crazy. Of course I don't tend to go to those areas, but I went with my girlfriend to visit a friend of hers and her husband, and they live in that area, and it was pretty crazy.
I bet. Yeah, I can only imagine.
Yeah, but whatever.
Glad I don't live in Miami anymore.
Exactly. And they also set a release date for Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and that's in August, if I believe.
Yeah, that one's in August, and then
this year?
Yes.
WandaVision is in December.
Oh, WandaVision is in December? Okay, yep. Perfect. I'm excited for that in WandaVision, so I'll be definitely checking those out. And of course, I need more Baby Yoda in my life, so The Mandalorian.
Dude, I still haven't seen it.
Oh my
God. It is very good.
It is very good.
I haven't seen it. I'm still going through Voyager. Still watching it. I have like
Bro, you've been on that Star
left.
Trek tip for a while now.
Yeah, I still got Discovery and I still got now Picard to go through. Yep. So
I've heard like mixed things about Discovery. Like some people really like it, some people are like meh about it.
I've heard mixed things too, so I'll see what I think of it. But I loved Voyager, so I was taking my time with it.
So you've seen Deep Space Nine already?
Oh no, I need Deep Space Nine. Sorry.
Oh baby, I added like another 300 episodes to you.
Yeah.
That's why I don't watch.
I'm going to take a break though. I'm going to take a break after that, but I want to finish Discovery because it's on CBS All Access. So I'm like, all right, I want to get rid of this eventually.
But also, you're like, dude, you're incredible, man. Like you are such an incredible human being because do you burn yourself out on things?
Yeah.
Okay, like so. How many episodes did The Next Generation have? Like 100 and something, almost 200 episodes, right?
I think more than that.
Let's find out. The thing is
the glorious why, thing of Google.
The reason I ask is like lately I've been watching all these animes and like I want to, and then like some other ones come on. I'm like I need to watch this or catch up. And anything that's over 100 episodes, mind you, these are
178.
178. Hey, Bandit, shut up. Anything that's over 100 episodes in anime, I'm like, oh, fuck. Mind you, these are 22-minute episodes. That means that 3 episodes of those can literally fit into one Next Generation episode, and there's 178 of them. And I'm just like, Lewis, how do you do this to yourself? How do you not burn yourself out? Because that's happened to me. Like, I was watching
and Voyager's the same. Voyager's 172.
Yeah, I know Next Gen, Voyager, and Deep Space Nine are all very long shows.
Yeah.
But
I did Doctor Who in 3 years, all of it.
Like
there's like 900 episodes
Jesus
of that.
Jesus Christ, may God bless you. Like it's funny, I was watching Hunter x Hunter, which has only 148 episodes, which in the grand scheme of anime, that's not a lot.
But if you're intrigued by a show, then you don't feel it passing by.
But honestly, I loved Hunter x Hunter, and I finished it eventually, and it has become
eventually.
It has come to become like one of my top 5 animes of all time. But I burned myself out. I watched so much of it, and my life was consumed so much by Hunter x Hunter that at a certain point I was like, I don't want to watch this anymore. I want to take a break, you know?
No, I'm sorry. I'm definitely not like that because like Doctor Who, I've seen modern Who straight through from beginning to end up to current probably 3 or 4 times. So you're talking about 10 seasons. So you're talking about 115, 120 episodes.
Yeah, because every season of Doctor Who is how many episodes?
Anywhere between 10 to 12. And the specials, the Christmas specials, all that stuff. So,
which honestly, some of them are garbage. And
hell no. Get out of here. I love them. I love them
You
all.
gotta miss. Some of them are pretty fucking garbage, dude.
Yeah. I like the old seasons
There was
too.
one.
I revisit some of the old stuff too.
There
all the
was
time.
one Christmas special during the David Tennant era when he meets, I think it's like an old London, like Victorian London, where he meets that guy that says he's the doctor.
I like that one.
That one's not that great, in my opinion.
Oh, come on. That was not bad.
Zach, are you a fan of Doctor Who?
Okay, so I am not, and I'm very disappointed in myself because of that. Because it really seems like the type of thing that I would be into, and
Okay.
I keep giving it shots, different years, different doctors, and I just can't. And it's just, I'm really mad at myself because of that.
It's not for everybody. It's sci-fi. You know, sci-fi is very tailored to certain people, so everybody has their own little niche.
I'll say this, Zach. I tried to watch Doctor Who for a while, and I just couldn't. It couldn't grasp me, right? And then Lewis showed me a couple of episodes, like Blink, and the mummy one from like the Ninth Doctor,
the Empty Child,
the Empty Child, and those I was like, wow, these are actually really good. Mind you, as of right now, I haven't watched Doctor Who since Matt Smith, and that is because I really liked Matt.
Is so good.
I really liked the Matt Smith. He was like my doctor, and when he left, it kind of, I don't know, I kind of just abandoned ship. I tried to watch Capaldi, and I just could not. So,
honestly, Zach, I think you might like Capaldi era Doctor.
Okay.
I don't know if you've given him a shot yet.
I don't think so, actually.
Oh, I could give you a couple episodes to jump on and see if you like it and see if you like the demeanor of that doctor, so you could jump on and start watching the shows, because all that's on Amazon Prime.
That's the beautiful thing about Doctor Who, is that there is a jumping off and jumping on point.
Oh, yeah.
Wherever it may be. You know, like I can not watch Capaldi and Jodie Whittaker, and maybe, I don't know, maybe the 14th Doctor, I don't know, they do something and I'm like, okay, cool, I can jump on now, you know?
Yeah.
So that's the beautiful thing about Doctor Who. It's kind of easy for people to jump off and jump on if they want to, but whatever. I'm off that boat at this moment. I can't.
But yeah.
All right. So since William's not here, we're not doing his magical posters as always.
No, we are not. So you want to go into the next thing that we're going to be introducing next week?
Yes. So after the break now, what are we doing?
We don't need a break.
Okay, cool. So starting next week, we are going to be changing up the show in the way that movie news will no longer be a thing, but maybe will be a recurring thing that doesn't happen every episode. And basically, Zach is going to be going through the entire filmography of Steven Spielberg. May God bless you. It's going to be quite the endeavor.
Yes.
And he's going to bring one Steven Spielberg movie every episode, and we are going to talk about it, depending if, whoever's seen the movie will talk about it. The ones that have not, I guess, will stay quiet during that segment. But yeah, so instead of movie news, Zach will be bringing the entire filmography of Steven Spielberg. I don't know if you have a name or if you want us to come up with a name.
I've been using Spielbinge.
Nice.
Hey, nice. That's actually nice. I like that. Okay. All right, so stay tuned for next week when we debut Spielbinge, and God knows how long that's going to take, because I don't even know how many movies are in the filmography.
Approximately 33.
Yeah.
Okay, that's actually less than I thought it was going to be. That's not that bad.
Yeah, because it's directing. But Zach, what's the reason that you got into doing this? Why did you want to do this?
I've been building up the collection for a while, and I haven't wanted to start until I had all of them. But because I haven't been able to get some kind of formal education or go to film school or any of that, I wanted to, I do like to absorb as much as I can and watch as much as I can and study up on as much as I can on my own. And I decided, what better way to learn the craft of film than to watch one of the greatest filmmakers of all time learn how to create film as well. So I'm starting at the beginning and watching him learn and grow and everything as you go through it.
Are you going in order?
I am.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. So what year is his first movie from?
Okay, so that's an interesting thing, because technically it should be the 60s, but
Okay.
he has like 3 lost films
Huh.
that he did when he was like early 20s. So really his first one is 71. It's,
That must be a bitch to find
cool.
if you're gonna try to find those lost films. I don't know
You
if
can
are.
find like 5 minutes of the one online,
Okay.
but like, yeah, that's so I'm starting with Duel, which is technically a TV movie, but it did get a small theatrical release and therefore got a home media release, and so
Okay.
Yeah.
Not bad. All right.
yeah.
Have
I'm
you,
hyped.
Branden? How about you? Have you seen all the collection of Spielberg?
Hell no, probably not. For sure not. No. Like I haven't seen Lincoln. I kind of jumped off like War Horse and Lincoln. I was like, no.
War
No.
sucks.
Lincoln is so good though.
I know. Okay, so that's
Fucking
funny.
horse movies.
That's funny, Zach, that you say Lincoln is good, and then my cousin, I think you said that Lincoln is not great, even though
I didn't like it.
like Daniel Day-Lewis is like,
Oh, his performance is
Yeah.
glorious,
yeah,
but
yeah, he's
just the movie is so monotonous.
yeah. I don't know. I'm definitely ready to talk about his movies, but I know that there's gonna be some that I'm gonna be like completely quiet about because I've never seen them. But
So
hey.
Zach and I were going through the thing off air.
Mm-hmm.
I was missing one movie of his, and then I found out that it's a TV, 2 TV movies put together. So technically, I've seen all his movies.
So you're like, yeah, I did it.
Beat me to it.
All right, so starting next week we'll do Spiel Binge with Zach. So stay tuned after this quick break when we come at you live with the main segment of our show, the main review, Lewis's pick. God, I need to condense that. That's so long. It's okay though. The Squid and the Whale.
I was like, are you going to say the movie? Are you just going to keep going off?
Actually, it's not. It's no longer your pick, technically.
I know. Well, technically it is.
Technically, and not. Yeah, whatever.
I curated it.
Yeah,
I think that's a
fine.
better way to say it.
Fine. All right, guys, welcome back for the main segment of our show, the main review. The people have spoken because it's definitely not Lewis's pick anymore.
That's
The Squid and the Whale, directed by Noah Baumbach, or as I like to say, the first marriage story.
Yeah, right? That's so funny.
It's basically the same movie, but not really. But at the same time, it kind of is.
It felt like a precursor to it.
Yeah. I'll say this flat out. I still prefer Marriage Story over this movie.
What?
Oh,
You like this movie more than Marriage Story?
I definitely did. Yeah.
Okay.
I put it up at the same level, honestly, because I appreciated him.
I know how my cousin feels about Marriage Story. Like him and I have both said that that's our movie of the year.
Really? Okay.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
How do you feel about Marriage Story, Zach?
It hit very close to home for me.
Okay.
There was a lot in it that just really just was gut wrenching to me.
Yeah.
And so on that front, like it definitely,
Mhm.
like I appreciated it. It was beautiful, but
I was crying like a little bitch.
yeah. And then he twists the damn knife and he has him sing "Being Alive." Like that wasn't fair. That was not fair.
Right? Oh my god.
It's their performance, dude. Like, to go off on a tangent on Marriage Story, like that entire scene when they argue with each other,
Oh my god.
the famous one where he
brilliant.
punches the wall and shit.
Yeah.
That entire scene is just so like masterfully acted and so well written.
And
Yeah,
Laura Dern is an amazing
Hell yeah.
villain. Honestly, like she's.
yes. Everything about Marriage Story, it's so crazy to see this movie that like it's directed by the same guy, and it's basically they're both about the same subject matter about a couple going through a divorce, but this one has 2 children instead of 1, and these 2 children are much older and can process the situation much better than
I think
the
this
Marriage
was
Story.
I think this story was more about Noah Baumbach as a kid, and then Marriage Story was him as an adult and him going through the same divorce process.
Which, right? I mean, like, this did give me, watching both of those so recently, it gave me a very clear glimpse into this man's psyche. Like,
Yeah.
So
yikes.
it's funny, if you go on Wikipedia to the Squid and the Whale like Wikipedia article, it says that it's a where is this? It is a autobiographical story of two boys, but it doesn't say about who.
It's written by Noah Baumbach, so I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
It's based
Does he have a brother?
I'm pretty sure it is. He does.
Yeah, but is he supposed to be the younger one or the older one? Then?
Yeah, exactly. Like, dude,
I would say that he's the older one.
That would be my thought.
I would say that he's the older one because I could see Noah Baumbach imitating Pink Floyd and doing something like that.
By the way, that entire sequence, I was like, dude, has no one in this fucking city heard of Pink Floyd in the 80s? Like, are you kidding me?
Hey You is not like a common song.
I love that song.
Oh, I do too. I mean, I was hearing it the whole way home.
Yeah, exactly. They play that shit on the radio. Like, you're telling me that no one in the city of New York in the 80s has listened to The Wall?
Maybe
like,
not in the early 80s as much.
Maybe. But
I love that.
By the way, I hated Jeff Daniels in this movie. I hated him.
Well, you're supposed to. I think that's the point.
I know you are. But he is, oh man, it's just, he's such a pompous asshole.
He's such a dick.
He's like such a dick, man. Holy shit, it kills me inside.
But that, okay, so that was a similar reaction.
A Philistine.
I had a similar reaction with Marriage Story, where everybody did something where it just made me hate them, but like everybody did that. And so in this one, I had a similar thing too, where it was just like, Noah Baumbach really makes me just...
He pushes your buttons in the best way possible.
Man, it's my favorite character. Unironically, is wait, I'm trying to find him here. He's played by where is he?
Ivan.
Yes, Ivan.
William Baldwin, the brother. Young Baldwin.
I'm just like, dude, who talks like this, man? Who says brother like every 3 words?
Dude, I've met people like that.
Oh my god!
I've met people like that. Like every single, like I love Noah Baumbach because his characters are real. His characters are people that I've met, people that I've seen on the street, people that I've interacted with or work with. Like they're all these massive, overgrown characters, and you could tell Noah Baumbach came from theater because of this. Mm-hmm. He builds these extravagant characters so they pop in a theater, and it stands out even more in a film when you develop and you get close to these characters. And I just fucking love it. Out of the new hipster directors that are coming out, he is my favorite. Noah Baumbach is 100% a hipster director. Let's be honest. He's a fucking hipster director.
I'm not saying anything against that. It's just such a funny choice of words to refer to Noah Baumbach.
But he is.
Looking at the IMDb and seeing that it was produced by Wes Anderson really made sense to me.
Yes.
It felt like his early stuff.
Yeah, I could totally see that.
And Wes Anderson is the other hipster director I was mentioning.
Yes, that guy is straight hipster. But going back to what I brought up earlier in the show, Jesse Eisenberg, I feel like he just acts the same way in every movie.
But he does it well.
Yeah, he's got a type, but he can mold that into something.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's like I looked at him and I'm like, yeah, this is every other performance that this guy has ever done in his goddamn life. Like,
but I mean, he does it well though, and so I mean, there's actors that do that. Keanu Reeves is one, but he does it well. We enjoy it. We could sit there and enjoy his same performance over and over again, but it's done well. And same thing with what's his face, Baldy over there, Bruce Willis. He does the same thing over and over again. He really doesn't have any range whatsoever, but that's not a bad thing. He does it well. So you don't need more.
Hey man, did they ever find the cat in this movie?
No.
Oh yeah.
Poor cat, dude. Poor cat. It's just, yeah. Go ahead, Zach.
One of the things that I thought was really interesting about this was it wasn't like a traditional narrative. It was more like little vignettes. Each scene kind of took you into like a different little short snapshot of like, and this is what's happening over here, and this is what's happening. Like it was very interesting and well rounded in the perspective that it gave you.
I could see that.
It's very much inspired by French New Wave. This is very 1970s, 1960s French New Wave style of directing. The pacing, everything is 100% on par, which that's kind of become the new hipster style of directing. It really has. It's been coined by them.
Also, the movie was shot on a 16 millimeter?
Was it?
I read it. Yeah, I read it somewhere. Here,
that makes sense.
God damn it, I read it somewhere. Continue to speak and I'll find it.
I just think it's fascinating the way that the story actually unfolds and everything. I really like the pacing of it. How Zach, you were saying that it has that really interesting kind of jumping all over the place, but it felt justified. It felt justified, and each of the characters were believable, which that says a lot, because this guy's like literally like jerking off into his hand and putting the semen all over the books. And everything.
That is the most ridiculous shit I've ever seen. By the way, the movie was shot on a super 16 millimeter, mostly using a handheld camera.
Oh,
yeah, that shows the handheld really.
The movie looks grainy.
Yeah, well, that's the whole point of the 16.
Yeah. But yeah, that entire like storyline with the younger brother, where he's just like putting his jizz on things. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
And the beer thing. I was like, dude, okay.
Who is letting your 12-year-old drink?
Dude, the entire movie, I'm like, are these parents really this dumb? Like, they're just letting him like just do all this shit?
They're self-absorbed. All the parents are self-absorbed. Both of them are.
It's funny. You are like conditioned to like the mom and think that she's the good guy, but she's also in her own world with Ivan and all this other stuff.
Exactly. And I love that scene where he gets left behind in the house.
Yes.
And it's both parents' fault. Both of them are complete douchebags and complete horrible parents. And I love that, because there's not a likable character in the film.
No.
Yet it's an enjoyable film.
Yeah.
That takes skill. Takes skill.
I felt the same thing with
Marriage Story.
With Marriage Story, even though I kind of like sympathized more with like Adam Driver's character than I did Scarlett Johansson. But hey, that's
I identified more with Scarlett Johansson.
That's fine. That I guess it depends on the person, but I don't know, man. You're right. Like in this movie, there's not really any. Even like Jesse Eisenberg's character, I kind of wanted to like strangle him.
Oh, I wanted to punch him in the face.
I was like,
he's a little junior douche. He's growing.
Junior douche.
The entire movie, I'm like, this pretentious fuck. Like, shut the hell up, you kid. Like, and then
until he says that line of that whole monologue about the squid and the whale, the titular what do you call it title.
Yes. When he figures out that he's exactly his dad, and he's like, "Ah, shit."
No, he's not his dad. But like, in reality, he wants to be his mom, and he always identified with his mom until something clicked.
Yeah, but in the sense that like the way he treats women and his outlook on life.
Yeah, there's such misogyny to him.
Yeah, like he even
both him and Jeff Daniels. There's
a line that he says to his girlfriend. When they're walking, and she like grabs his hand, he I forget what he says, but his dad says the same thing to him in the hospital.
Don't be difficult.
That line, thank you. He says that exact thing. He's like, don't be difficult. And Jeff Daniels says the same thing to him, and it's like, ugh. I think that's when he's like
self-absorbed culture. Shit. Like both of them are very self-absorbed, and I think the only one that kind of has a better grip on life, and even then, is the younger brother. And
when he's not rubbing jizz on everything.
Well, yeah, I mean that's the whole different story. But
God, Jesus Christ.
I don't know. I just think Frank is a little bit more identifiable than any of the other characters, and you kind of sympathize. Jesus Christ, I can't English well today. You feel bad for that character more than any other one. And
Wait, which character?
Frank, the
Wait,
little boy.
Oh yes, yeah. I was like, wait, what? Because I'm looking at on the Wikipedia, I'm like Owen Klein. Sorry, I guess it's the little kid.
Yeah.
There's no article on him.
Kid.
Yeah, sorry.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I love the way that it was acted, though. All of them do like a stellar performance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everything like Jeff Daniels literally like he shines through with the misogyny, and like he's just mad at life. He's angry at life. He's jealous of his wife. Like he's become like a 2-bit writer basically. He's washed up and he's just angry at everybody.
And God, the relationship he has with the student.
It's so nasty.
It's cringy.
It's dude, that scene when like Jesse Eisenberg walks in on them and he's like, "Let me put it in your mouth." I was like, right? It's like Jesus. Ugh.
Which that's Rogue.
Yeah, that's Anna Paquin. Yeah. Paquin.
No way. Yes, it is. Oh wow.
Yes. Yeah, it is. Or Suki from True Blood.
No Suki. Yeah.
Whatever.
No Suki for you.
But that entire relationship is just gross.
It really
fucking
is
nasty. Even though like I'm not saying that she's asking for it, but she's like playing with fire. She likes that shit.
And then it all happens like right after he leaves. Like it's so soon after the relationship with the mother, and it's just like
She knew it. She's like, I'm coming in for the kill, dude. Let's go. This is nasty, the entire thing, but it's an interesting movie. I personally liked Marriage Story more though.
Okay. What would you give The Squid and the Whale though?
What did I ever say a rating for Marriage Story? I don't think I ever said that on the show.
You didn't.
What'd you give it? I don't remember. Did you go to 10?
I gave it a 9.5.
9.5?
Yes.
Honestly, Marriage Story, I'd give like a 10, dude. Coming from somebody that's never experienced
coveted 10.
The coveted 10 stamp of approval. Coming from someone that's never experienced divorce from my parents and myself, of course, because I've never been married. Marriage Story hit me hard, man. I like finished that movie and I was like, damn, I feel some type of way watching this.
So
it hits hard.
I watched it and was really like hit by it, and I was talking with my father about it, and so he watched it, and I was talking with him like the next day, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I haven't finished it yet. I'm still about halfway through the first episode." And I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, the first episode of The Marriage Story." And I was like, "Marriage Story is a film. It's just one thing." And he was like, "Oh, well, that's good, because I mean, this is very sad. I don't know if I could watch a full series. They were smart making this a movie." So, when we're talking about Marriage Story, I just picture like, yes, the whole series of Marriage Story.
That's right.
Yeah, but this one, I don't know, man. Maybe I am tainted in the sense because I watched Marriage Story before I saw The Squid and the Whale. But I like this movie too, and it definitely I hated Jeff Daniels more than I hated any character in Marriage Story.
Jeff Daniels is a fucking phenomenal actor, dude.
He really is. Like
he is the VIP of this one. Like, dude.
Oh no, for sure, like hands down.
He's so hard into a character that's so.
Oh my god, yeah! And if you ever seen Newsroom, like he freaking blows that shit out of the water too.
If you've been living under a rock, you've probably seen the very famous scene, the speech.
Oh, but that's nothing. I know it's nothing
but...
when it comes to his performance in the show. Yeah. It's incredible. Zach, what would you give Marriage Story and The Squid and the Whale rating wise?
I'd probably give them both like an 8.
Okay.
But I preferred personally Squid and the Whale more just because it had more levity to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know, it felt less relentless than Marriage Story, which is not to say it's better or worse. It's just that was an easier watch for me.
Okay.
I do feel that like the Marriage Story, it's like, dude, it's like
it's intense.
It's intense. Like it's like Adam Driver just being nailed into the ground. and it just doesn't
Well,
stop.
both of them are being nailed to the ground. Let's be honest.
Again, that's why, like I said, I empathize more with Adam Driver's character, and like I felt like Scarlett Johansson's character was just unrelentlessly just fucking bashing him into the ground, and it's such a shitty situation. Both movies, shitty situation.
I would give The Squid and the Whale a 9.5 as well. I don't hold it higher than Marriage Story, but I personally appreciate it a little bit more because exactly what Zach said, that it has a little bit more levity to it. It's something that I could rewatch a lot more than Marriage Story. Marriage Story is going to be a little bit hard to rewatch for me.
But wait, did you give it a rating, Zach? I don't even remember.
Oh, yeah, 8.
8? Okay. And you gave Marriage Story what?
Also an 8.
An 8? Okay, so they're... Yeah. All right. I didn't give 1 to Squid and the Whale. I'd say Squid and the Whale is like... I would say 8 also. Like, it's a good movie, but I don't know. Marriage Story resonated with me more.
And mind you, also, this is Noah Baumbach's, I think, like, third film?
Tell you in a second. It is his, like, fourth film? Fifth as a director.
Fourth film as a director. The other ones are short.
Oh. Kicking and Screaming, Highball, Mr. Jealousy, Conrad and Butler Take a Vacation.
Yeah,
that's a short
Conrad.
film.
That's a short. Yeah.
The Life Aquatic with Steve Sizzo, and then all right.
Life Aquatica.
No, he didn't. What the fuck? Why is that? That's Wes Anderson.
I was like, what?
Oh, I'm sorry. That was me being dumb. It says no here also, but I just thought it said a yes. That's my apologies. All right, guys, so stay tuned after this quick break when we come at you, not live, never live, with the final segment of our show, the individual reviews. Cue the drums.
Brum, brum.
Boom, boom, boom. Alright guys, welcome back for the final segment of our show, the individual reviews. Lewis is going to be going first.
Yes, and I have a glorious pick that I've been wanting to rewatch for the longest time because I loved this movie when it first came out in 1996. And it was, 94 to 98 area was like my peak of going to the movies and watching every single movie that came out. Like it just everything that came out in that time frame, I used to go to the theater to watch. And this was no exception. And it was the first time that I fell in love with Diane Keaton. It was one of the first movies that I saw with her. And this one also has Maggie Smith, Bette Midler, and Goldie Hawn. Have you guys figured out which movie yet?
No.
I have not.
The First Wives Club.
Oh, okay.
All right. So this is basically these 4 women in college. They had this group that they were really tight knit and all that stuff. And just like everything else in college or high school, you kind of drift away from your friends, you grow away from them and all that stuff. And one of the friends commits suicide a few years later and sends a letter to each of these 3 other women, saying that she was unhappy because of her marriage and this and that and the other, and she is killing herself because her husband is a complete asshole. It's a whole mess, complete fuckery that he's doing. He like remarried within a week of getting divorced, and this whole thing, and like he cheated on her, all this mess, right? And she sends a letter to the 3 other friends and says, "Don't live every day like it's your last, because you never know when you're gonna be completely miserable if you don't do this." So all 3 of them wake up and they're like, holy fuck. They're all going through similar situations as her. So they all identify with her because all their husbands are complete douchebags. And they all decide to get divorced to them, but they create the First Wives Club, which is basically like a revenge scheme to get back at all their husbands. And they try to give back to the community of women that are going through the same thing, that are being completely played by their husbands, completely like shoved to the side and all that stuff. And this just, it's a brilliant film. It actually stars the kid from the father from Seventh Heaven.
Okay.
He's in it.
Didn't he get like caught doing some stuff?
Probably. I wouldn't doubt
sounds
it.
right. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. The one of the security guards from Green Mile, the tall dude with the face, he has a very distinct face. It's Victor Garber.
Oh, I know that guy.
Yeah. And Dan Hadaway. He has another very distinct face. Like the moment you see him, he's been in The Usual Suspects, Clueless, Mulholland Drive, Blood Simple. Like he's been in a crap load of really good movies. And he always has he looks like Nixon, like exactly like Nixon, and mannerisms and everything. And he's always plays like this sleazy salesman. And this film is no different. It's just a fun, hilarious romp of a comedy from the 90s before, people were walking around with a stick up their ass making movies. And it's no holds bar. The comedy is over the top. It's sexualized. It's just everything you would expect in a 90s film, but it's done in a way that it promotes feminism, but not going to an extreme, which is just, it's glorious how these movies before the 2010s, how they used to deliver the same message that these new movies are doing, but not hitting you over the head with it and not making you feel like a complete douchebag as a guy. You know, this film does that. It does the positive message for women. It does that positive aspect that women should be able to do what they want in a relationship. They shouldn't be limited by that. They shouldn't be taking on a role, quote unquote, in a relationship. That doesn't exist. And that's what this film is fighting against. But it does it in a way that's not preachy. It does it in a way that's fun, and it does it in a way that's engaging with the audience. And if you definitely want to check out something like that, introduce your kids to a good version of these social justice warriors that are going out and around.
Okay.
This is a good version of those same principles. It's better written, and it's done well. Execution, acting, everything. This is an all-star cast in this film. And it's definitely worth its time because, I mean, shit, who else is in this? There's Rob Reiner's in it. Ivana Trump is in it, actually, which is hilarious. Why? It is so good. Ed Koch, which is part of the Koch brothers. Deborah Monk. I mean, it's literally like about 20-30 celebrities that are in this film, and it just doesn't feel like it. And the movie runs about an hour and 45, and you don't feel it. And it's a PG movie.
Okay.
So yeah, well, PG in the 90s, so consider it, PG-13, basically.
PG-13.
And the modern audiences. But yeah, it doesn't have any sexual innuendo. It doesn't have any sex in it or any of that stuff. It just has a lot of sexual innuendos in it. But oh my god, just some fun stuff. There's one line that I can't remember. I posted it actually a couple days ago because I just saw it and I was like, oh my god, this is hilarious and so fitting. Let me look for it real quick. Have either one of you seen this movie at all?
Never.
I've not. I've heard of it though. I'm familiar with it.
Oh my god, what is this line? Come on. I'm gonna kick myself.
Animals are so weird.
What happened?
He's just like my girlfriend's dog. He's just standing at the fucking door and just like just letting out these deep breaths. And I'm like, what are you doing?
Good.
Animals are weird. I love it.
I can't find the quote, but anyways, yeah,
Great.
that's my pick for the. Oh, here we go. I don't have feelings. I'm an actress. I have all of them. And she's it was like a drunken night, and she's like with the cup of wine and stuff like that, and she goes, I do have feelings. I'm an actress. I have them all. And she's like waving her hand up and down, and she like throws the wine all over the.
That's awesome.
But yeah, it's just a fun movie, honestly. I give it an 8 out of 10.
Awesome. All right. So Zach, what's your pick?
So I stumbled across a wild documentary that's on Hulu called The Amazing Jonathan Documentary.
Oh, yes!
I haven't heard of it.
Have you seen it?
Oh, yes.
It is wild.
Yes.
So it's this
Oh,
Comedy
God.
Central producer who's documenting this old school kind of prop comic, kind of washed up kind of guy.
Yeah.
Because he was diagnosed with a rather rare disease that was supposed to have killed him 4 years ago, and he's still around and getting back into performing. So he goes to make this documentary about the guy, and the guy just keeps messing with him. Like, he keeps pulling the rug out from underneath him so thoroughly. Like, it is complete chaos to try to capture this guy. It's like, he it is censored, but he does smoke meth on camera.
What?
Yeah, right. We find out that there are other people attempting to shoot the same documentary at the same time. So he's like, it's
Yeah, there's
three
or four documentaries at one time. Yeah.
We wonder if he's even dying or if he's just messing with everybody. It kind of has like a mystery thriller kind of vibe to it. It's so deeply strange. It is stranger than fiction. It is, yeah.
So there's two different documentaries out there right now. I don't know which is the one that you're talking about, but I think it's the same one.
It's just called Amazing Jonathan Documentary.
Okay, yes, that's the good one.
Yes.
There's another one that's out there that's on YouTube only. Don't watch that. That one is garbage. So
and they cover that one in the movie.
Hulu.
They cover the release of this competing documentary, and there's more twists. There's more.
It's compelling.
Fuck wild.
It's really compelling.
Wait, Weird Al Yankovic and Eric Andre are both in this shit?
Yep. It has so many interviews from so many like prolific fringy comedians. It's
Oh my god.
It's wild.
All right. Okay.
So what do you give this? What do you give the Amazing Jonathan documentary?
That's hard. I mean, what, a 9? Like, I've never seen anything like that before. It's just so chaos.
I need to watch
give
more
that one
documentaries.
I would give that one a 9 too. It was really fucking good. It's like 2 hours long, but it doesn't feel like it, dude.
No, it's because it's so gripping. It's so funny, but it's also so intense. It's a wild ride.
All right.
And
All
that's
right.
on Hulu.
I need to watch more documentaries. I swear, man.
I know.
My doc. You used to be the same way, and then you kind of became woke to the documentary game.
That's right. Real woke.
That's I'm real woke. All right, so I'm going complete opposite direction.
Oh boy.
Going back to my roots. I'm weebing out a little bit here.
Oh boy. You see, Zach and I bring you
so
cinema. We bring real films, and then you bring this
anime. Zach, do you like anime?
Not at all.
Not at all.
Gotta be completely honest, not even a little.
Yeah. Hey man, that's fine. That's fine.
This is why I love you, Zach. I love you so much, man.
Thank you for being brutally honest. It's fine.
So, who's teaming up on who, bitch? Who's
fine.
teaming up on who?
That's fine. That's fine. So recently, I finally decided to watch a show that had been on my radar for a while, but me being lazy and all that stuff, I just never got around to it. So finally, I was like, all right, cool, I'm gonna watch it. And when I mean watch it, is the show is cut into 2 seasons, and I watched the first season, which ends in a way that kind of you can just watch that season and it's fine. And that show is Mobile Suit Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans, which is streaming on Netflix and Hulu. So whatever, pick your poison.
You said it's Mobile Suit Gundam
Iron-Blooded Orphans.
That is a lot of words.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
I think you liked this show, Lewis. You liked. We grew up with Gundam Wing, which aired on Toonami when we were kids.
Mhm.
So Iron-Blooded Orphans, I watched. It's a 50 episode show. I watched the first 25, and again, it ends in a way that you could watch the first 25 and it's fine. It kind of ends that storyline, and then I guess season 2 picks up sometime in the future and whatnot. So Iron-Blooded Orphans is about these child soldiers that live on Mars. So Mars at this point has been colonized or whatever. And they live on Mars, and they are part of this security detail group called CGS. And they're basically hired to do jobs, right? And they get hired to do this job by this... You all right there, bud? Jesus Christ. I don't know if you heard that. They're hired by this girl, Kudelia Bernstein, that she basically is on her way to Earth to basically start this movement to separate Mars from Earth, basically, so that they can be their own entity and have their own rights and stuff like that. Because they're, as of right now, the Martians, I guess for lack of a better term, are heavily governed by Earth and this this military called Gallahorn. And basically the whole show, or at least the first 25 episodes, is them getting her to Earth from Mars. And of course, in true any show fashion, a lot of shit happens and all this stuff. And if you like Gundam, it's a good show. It doesn't have as many like fights, like mecha fights, but when they are there, they're very good. They're very like well animated. It hits on some like dark notes, like of course child soldiers and all this stuff, and some stuff might be a bit hard to watch. And you see these kids, like some of them are as young as like 10, and they're putting their lives on the line and stuff like that. Most of these kids are orphans, like they have no family, nothing. This is the way they survive.
Yeah.
And it's really captivating. All the characters are really likable, and the stakes are high. And when something bad happens to a character, you actually feel it in your heart a little bit. You're like, damn, that hurt.
Yeah.
But honestly, if you like Gundam, I think this is a breath of fresh air. It's not the best Gundam series that I've seen, but it's definitely good. Coming from the hype, because the show, it's 5 years old now, and I've always heard good things about it. So definitely, catch it up. Catch it up.
Catch it up.
Catch
That's
it up.
a wonderful catchphrase now. Pun intended.
No. Watch it. It's very accessible. I would rather watch it. Oh yeah, they're both only subbed on Netflix and Hulu, of course, and also I would watch it on Netflix, because unless you have ad-free Hulu, then you have ads, which sucks. Yeah. So honestly, very enjoyable show. I'm curious to see what they do with season 2, because again, season 1 ends very much in a way that it ends, but they decided to come back for another 25 episodes, so I need to watch that. But it's...
How long are each of the episodes? Like 30 minutes?
22 minutes. 22, 23 minutes. They're good.
It's 12 hours. That's not bad.
Is it 12 hours? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Jesus, did you do that math like right off the top of your head right now or some shit?
Well, you said it's 30 minutes, so 24 episodes.
I said 22 22, 23 minutes, not 30.
Yeah, whatever. You know what I mean. You round it up, whatever. It's less than 12 hours.
Yeah, honestly, if you've seen Gundam before, I think you would like this show. I don't know. Maybe this is a good jumping on point for someone that has not watched Gundam. If you watch Gundam, watch it. If you like
weebs.
If you like big robots fighting each other with very
think Pacific Rim.
No, Pacific Rim sucks. Shut up.
What? How dare you?
Yes, I said that.
No, get out of here.
No, it's fine. It's fun, but like I like Gundam is it's cool. It has like its mecha fights and all stuff, but it's way more.
Is it better than RoboCop?
It's more politically driven. There's a lot of gears in the show. So if you're looking for mindless action, I don't think Gundam is the show for you. But if you like politics and shows about war and stuff like that, then definitely Gundam is up your alley.
Says the person that doesn't like any political movies.
That's not true. When the hell have I said that?
You don't like politically driven movies.
That what movie have I ever said that against? Maybe some.
You've said that a lot.
Whatever. Tomato. Fuck off. Okay. So I give Iron-Blooded Orphans I give it like an 8.5. It was very much enjoyable. I liked it very much, and I'm excited to see the next 25 episodes, and we'll see what the hell happens.
Next 12 hours. 12
it's fine.
Hours.
What else do I do in my life? All right, guys.
Hey, you're starting to sound like me.
No, I'm not you. I don't watch 170 episodes of an hour show. No, thank you. I will not do that to myself. Fuck that.
All right, so before we wrap up, Zach,
where
can we find all your stuff? Where are you performing currently? All that jazz.
Not really performing anywhere currently.
Do you have any shows coming up?
Sorry, what?
Do you have any shows coming up soon?
Yeah, not for a little while. But I'm around DC in the areas. If you're out there, lovely nation's capital. But no, Zach Walsh. You can find me online. I have a Twitter. Technically, Zach tweets now. Yeah, I'm around.
Awesome. Awesome. It's funny now, like going back to you saying you don't like anime at all. I would you're one of those people that I'm like, I wonder if there's one sort of anime, whether it be a film or series, that I could change your mind.
He's tried to do this to me for years.
I really doubt it.
Ever so slightly. So it's funny. You've never watched like a Ghibli film, nothing?
No, I have. They just don't do it for me.
They don't do it. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. So
I'm sorry to have offended you so deeply.
No.
Brandon's easily offended.
I actually don't. It doesn't bother me at all. It's fine. Like I like
them millennials.
I like anime, but I understand why people don't. It's not for everyone. Like the acting and stuff is super over the top.
Yeah, extremely. It's like American soap opera over the top.
Yeah, but I think that's the charm of it. But hey, like, what year were you born, Zach?
95.
95. So you were very young when like the whole Toonami thing was going on. Yeah. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe you didn't not the problem, but that's the not that way. But that's the thing. Maybe you didn't grow up with it, because even then, my cousin
man
Lewis watched Toonami, but he didn't grow up with it because you were already a teenager when that was happening. Mm-hmm. I was a kid.
As I was so in elegantly say edgy teenager.
Yeah, you were being an edgy teenager somewhere. I was there at home watching Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball Z or some shit. And
I don't remember you ever watching Sailor Moon, but okay.
I watched Sailor Moon, bro. Trust me.
Trust, bro. Trust.
Hey, man, there's nothing wrong with Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon's pretty dope.
Okay, brother.
It's on Hulu, bro.
Okay, brother.
Okay, Ivan. All right, so for next week, it was going to be William's pick, but since he is not here, of course, we don't know what his 2 picks were. So stay tuned for our the poll on our Facebook, and then you guys can decide on which of the two films we'll be watching for next week.
Yes. So vote. Please vote, everybody, because I want to see that.
Vote or die. No, I'm kidding.
And we actually got somebody that's going to be handling our social media account that's going to be actually posting things. So yes, you're finally going to see somebody posting something because I suck at it.
We did it. All right. As always, if you enjoyed our show, go over and check out everything, all our other shows. Do I really have to say every other show?
Yes.
Oh, fuck. Madman with a Mic, Candlelit Blowjobs. We got Cellar Door, Lord of the Rings, Lewis's Baby. We got Wizarding World with William Phoenix. That's William's Baby, all about Harry Potter. And, of course, Harry Pototo. And, of course, go over to manbitesfilm.com, our sister site, diverselygeek.org. And, of course, show some love to our brother from another mother, John, over on YouTube at Narcotic Casserole. Thank you, Lewis.
Thank you, Brandon.
Thank you, Zach, for joining us again.
Yes, thank you both.
God knows how many years. No, it hasn't been years. It's been like 8 years, probably. It's okay. We'll be seeing you more often now with the Spiel Binge.
Very much. Let's do it.
As always, I am Brandon, and we'll see you guys on the next episode of Man Bites Film.
Well, I'll interrupt Brandon even more.
Cue the drums.
Yeah.